Welcome to the Puma 31 RLQS. Coming to the front here, give you a retract and extend. There is also a little light that turns on when you move it, just in case you need to hook up at night. 2 to 7-way powering option. And then you're also 7-way plug storage inlet right up in there. If you pull this off, I'm not gonna pull it off because obviously it makes your fingers all black. But if you pull this off, inside of here, there's going to be a manual override, just in case this ever electrically goes out. You're able to manually do it here. For your propane, you turn it on. There's a reader in here. So this little arrow points to which tank it's reading. It's reading to this one. This would eventually turn all the way green, showing that there's a steady flow of propane coming in and being used. Once again, all you do is twist it. That little point shows which tank it's using. Coming down in here, this is going to be your battery disconnect. So if you turn this off, this cuts all power to your entire camper, except for the carbon monoxide detector, which we'll get to, but that cuts everything out. Come over to the front here, you have your water heater. Coming into your water heater, you have an anode rod. What that does is this takes all the beading inside of your tank, so this will deteriorate rather than your tank itself, because all the hard water will eat at this. You need a 1 1/16 socket to tighten this down. Once you do that, go ahead, go inside, turn on the hot side of your faucet. Make sure there's a steady flow of water coming out. It'll start, spin air out, which you'll find out very fast. It's normal. It's just all the air getting pushed out of here. Go ahead, turn that on. Once you have a steady flow, go ahead and flip the switch on inside, which we'll get to. But on the outside, the water does get stagnant, so if you want to take it off, go ahead, pull this pressure release valve. It'll kill all the pressure so this doesn't turn into a rocket. Go ahead, take your socket, pull it out. All the water will start draining out of there. And then pull this another time, and then it'll start coming out faster. So coming in here, this is going to be for your lugs. And just in case it ever electrically goes out, this is going to be for your crank, for your stabilizer jacks. Coming along here, you have your camp power, shower, your hot and cold side, along with your shower head. And then you have the city water connection here. So you open this up. When you go to a campground, this is what you're going to plug into. This will help push water through your system. So this is going to be your black tank flush, which I'll get to in just a minute. But basically what this does is this just turns on a little sprinkler inside your black tank. Coming down to your sewer system here, go ahead, pull out your black tank. As soon as that's emptied, go ahead and then do your black tank flush, which put a pressurized hose up to there, and that turns on a sprinkler inside the system. Once that sprinkler goes, it'll help clear out extra toilet paper and crowd that gets stuck on or inside the tank. After the black tank flush, go ahead and close that, and then open the gray tanks, because these are going to be your cleanest water out of these two. So if you want to put your hands on afterwards, it's just a cleaner option. This is going to be your furnace exhaust, so this does get very hot. So if anyone is young or doesn't know about it, go ahead and make sure to let them know. Do not touch that. You also have your low point drains right behind here. You have your hot and cold. You have an LP quick connect right behind here. Right there. Come to the back. TV. Everything's labeled right here. Cable, satellite, and then living room satellite. If you do purchase a backup camera, go ahead and unscrew the 4 plates, pop that little thing off, and then go ahead and put the backup camera inside there. Another LP quick connect here. And then your stabilizer jacks extend and retract because they're automatic. Storage. For your stairs, go ahead and open up your door as far as possible. Otherwise, this will clip the side of your door. Just go ahead, lift up. See how close I got. You can push it past her, or when it leans up against here, just pull, it'll sink in. Take it out, go ahead and pull the blue tab here, grab, pull, and lower. You need this as flush as possible, otherwise when you shut your door, it'll rip off this fur part along with the rubber seal behind it. 110 outlets, and your fresh water connection. So if you're gonna take water with you, let's say out into the middle of nowhere, and you need a water supply, go ahead and fill this up. It's just gonna be a gravity fill. Once you fill it up, on the inside, there's gonna be a water pump. Go ahead, turn that on. It'll take water from here and push it through your systems. And it's underneath here, you have your freshwater drain. So let's say you do go up into the middle of nowhere, and then at the end you have excess water, go ahead and pull that, and then it'll empty the rest of it out to your front. Stabilizer jacks there. Up top here, there's gonna be that little black tab. If you pull that off, there will be a manual override just in case your awning ever electrically goes out. And once again, storage along with washer dryer prep. All right, now I'm coming right inside your camper here. This is going to be the main switch for your awning. You can't really extend it at the moment, but it'll go out. You also have your awning light, which you can turn on and off. It's just like a little LED strip. For these slides, I moved them in just a tad bit so you know what they sound like when they fully extend. So it sounds like a bunch of gears grinding. It's perfectly normal. Don't do it for too long, but that means you're fully extended. Lights, second switch, third switch, fourth switch. And then for your last switch here, it's gonna be your porch light, which is right here. Then you have your water pump, so when you do fill up that fresh tank in the middle of nowhere, you need to use that water. Click this button. For your water heater, go ahead and click this button. Once you have a steady flow of water coming out, battery, fresh tank, black tank, grade 1 and 2. All these readers are measured by empty, third, 2/3 full, and then full. Moving into the kitchen here. You have your keys. Purple are gonna be for your doors. The silver are gonna be for your main doors. For your keys, your purple are gonna be for your main doors. The silver are gonna be for your baggage doors outside. Coming over here to your radio. Click to turn on, it'll say welcome. You can choose your Bluetooth, AM, FM, aux, whatever you need to do. Zone 1 is gonna be inside, and then zone 2 is gonna be outside, which of course you can't really hear. But to mute both, you can click mute or just click both off. And then to turn off, you just hold, and you're good to go. For your space heater here, far right is gonna be on off. Then you can choose your time here with the far left one. The second will be fan options, so low and high, how fast you want it to go out. And you have your rock color, and then your flame color. Pantry here. Your fridge, which the controls are going to be right on top here. So 5 is going to be the colds, 1 is going to just be cold. Same with the back. The very back of your freezer, all the way to the right is going to be the colder or coldest. Left is going to be cold. For your stove, go ahead, turn it on. Press, turn on the gas, and then go ahead and spark to the right. You never want to turn this to the left because it will snap off. So only turn to the right. That goes for all 3 of these. For your oven, I'd recommend doing these 3 first just to purge the gas through the system. But then go ahead and click, turn to that little pilot symbol, looks like a little flame. There would be a small flame igniting in the back of your oven. Once you see that, go ahead and turn to your desired temperature. And over here is going to be your thermostat. Anything here, you can turn heat, off, fan, or cool. And then for your fan, you can do on, and then high, low, and then for auto, low and high. And then your desired temperature here, control with the slide. Underneath here, you have your carbon monoxide detector. So basically, all this does is detect for your carbon monoxide. But the only downside about this is that it's always running, which obviously it's a good thing, but on the bad side, this will kill your battery if you're not plugged into shore power. So if you're gonna leave it for about 3 to 4 days, go ahead and disconnect the negative end off of your battery, because your battery disconnect will not turn this off. This little green light will end up killing your battery. So just, like I said, after about 3 to 4 days, go ahead and disconnect the negative end off of your battery if you're not gonna use it for that long. Coming along here, you have your breakers and fuses. I would recommend bringing extra fuses just in case, but everything is labeled here just like a house. I'd rather be safe than sorry, so just like I said, bring a couple extra fuses. For your toilet, it's gonna be a foot flush. When you open the door, you have a bit of light here. You also have your lights in here along with your fan. But for your toilet, I recommend having toilet solution along with RV grade toilet paper. The toilet paper will help break down easier so it doesn't clog up your systems. And then the solution helps break down solids and smells. Coming into your bedroom here, you have certain lights around the camper that allow you to section them off. So it's just a little push button right in the middle there. You see a different color. Go ahead, you can click those on. They're scattered throughout your camper. Like these ones over here. A lot of your main lights don't have them just because they're controlled by the switches. To open your couch, go ahead, lift up, and then pull. All you gotta do is pull these legs out and then they're good to go. Set back in. Make sure your legs are fully closed. And at the end, go ahead and put your pillows back.